Want to make her think about you all the time, without chasing, begging, or guessing what to say. In this video, I'll show you 5 psychological tricks that tap directly into her mind and make you the man she can't stop thinking about. These aren't cheesy pickup lines, they're real, proven techniques that work even when you're not around. You'll be surprised how simple they are and how powerful. So stay tuned, because trick number 3 is something 99% of guys completely overlook. If you're ready to stand out, like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's dive in. Sign 1. Trigger her curiosity with the unfinished story technique. Have you ever had a story or a conversation that stuck in your mind simply because it was left unfinished? That nagging feeling of wanting to know how it ends is no accident. It's a powerful psychological effect called the Zeigarnik effect, and it's one of the most effective ways to stay on a woman's mind long after you've said goodbye. When you talk to a woman and share something interesting, a funny incident, a thought-provoking idea, or even a glimpse into your life, try not to give away everything at once. Instead, leave a bit of mystery, something incomplete or unresolved that sparks her curiosity. Maybe you start telling her about a crazy experience but pause right before the climax and say, "I'll tell you what happened next when we meet again." That pause creates an emotional loop in her brain. Her mind will keep spinning, replaying your story, imagining the possibilities, and most importantly, looking forward to the next interaction with you. Why does this work so well? It's because humans naturally crave closure. When something feels unfinished, our brains hold onto it with more intensity than completed stories or tasks. This means you're no longer just another guy she met, you're the intriguing story she needs to finish. You create anticipation, and anticipation is a strong emotional driver. It plants the seed of desire and interest in her mind, but here's the key: don't overuse this technique or turn every conversation into a cliffhanger. It's about balance. Share enough to be engaging, but always keep a little something back, enough to ignite her curiosity but not so much that she feels frustrated or confused. The goal is to leave a positive, lingering impression, not a sense of uncertainty or irritation. Another way to apply this is by being a little unpredictable in your conversations. When she expects you to say something typical, surprise her by changing the subject just before the punchline or dropping a hint about something exciting you're planning, but don't reveal all the details. This keeps her guessing and, more importantly, thinking about you in moments when she's alone. You can also extend this to your communication style, text messages, voice notes, or social media interactions. Send her something interesting but leave a question or a hint that invites her to respond or keeps her wondering what you'll say next. The more she's engaged in this mental dance, the more you occupy her thoughts. In essence, the unfinished story technique works because it taps into a fundamental human trait: curiosity. When you skillfully create moments that tease her mind, you make her think about you naturally and frequently. You become that fascinating puzzle she wants to solve, so next time you talk to her, don't rush to say everything. Be the guy who leaves her wanting more. Master this psychological trick, and you'll find yourself on her mind long after the conversation ends, without trying too hard or appearing needy. Sign 2. Emotional echo. If you want a woman to think about you all the time, forget about just impressing her with facts, looks, or words. The real secret lies in one simple but powerful truth: people remember how you make them feel. When you consistently become the source of positive, strong emotions, you embed yourself deep in her mind, like a catchy song that plays on repeat. This is the power of emotional anchoring, where you link yourself to feelings she cherishes: laughter, comfort, excitement, or even a sense of safety. When her brain experiences those emotions again, your presence naturally comes to mind. This emotional echo creates a magnetic pull that's far stronger than any superficial charm. Think about your own life. Who do you remember most vividly? Usually, it's someone who made you feel amazing, special, or deeply understood. It's those moments of emotional connection that linger. And the same principle applies here. Your goal is to be the guy who brings out her best feelings. So how do you do this in practice? Start by being present and emotionally engaged. When you're with her, focus fully on the moment. Listen deeply. Notice what makes her smile or light up, and encourage that. If she shares a funny story, laugh genuinely and wholeheartedly, don't just smile politely. When she talks about something important, show empathy and understanding. Your authenticity creates trust and warmth. Also, don't be afraid to share your own feelings. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's a bridge. When you express your emotions honestly, without overwhelming her, you create a safe space where she feels comfortable being real too. That emotional reciprocity builds a unique bond that sticks. Another powerful emotional anchor is surprise and delight. Do small, thoughtful things that show you notice and care about her uniqueness. Maybe it's remembering a little detail she mentioned weeks ago or sending her a song that reminded you of her. These thoughtful touches send a clear message: she matters to you, and that feeling stays with her. On the flip side, be aware of the emotional atmosphere you bring. Consistently negative or indifferent energy will push her away or make her associate you with discomfort, the last thing you want. Instead, strive to be a source of positive emotional experiences, even in small doses. The more you make her feel good, the more her brain will crave your presence. This emotional echo effect also explains why humor and playfulness are such powerful tools. Shared laughter creates a chemical cocktail of feel-good hormones, including dopamine and endorphins, linking you to happiness. If you can make her genuinely laugh, you plant a lasting emotional seed. Remember, it's not about grand gestures or constant intensity. It's about consistent moments where she feels joy, comfort, or connection with you. Those moments build a mental and emotional map that guides her thoughts back to you again and again. Finally, when she's apart from you, those emotional memories become like little mental magnets pulling her thoughts your way. She'll find herself smiling randomly at a memory you created together or feeling comforted just by thinking of you. That's emotional anchoring working quietly but powerfully. In summary, to make her think about you all the time, focus on becoming her emotional anchor, the person she associates with positive, meaningful feelings. Be present, listen, share your emotions, surprise her with thoughtful touches, and create shared moments of joy. When you do this, you don't just live in her thoughts, you become someone she deeply values and can't forget. Sign 3. Mirror her world. Have you ever noticed how you feel closer to someone who seems to get you without even trying? That's no accident. There's a powerful psychological trick called mirroring that builds deep, unconscious connection, and when you master it, you make her feel like you're naturally in sync. This closeness makes you unforgettable, sparking attraction on a level beyond words. Mirroring means subtly reflecting her body language, tone of voice, pace of speech, and even emotions. It's not about copying her exactly, that would be awkward and creepy. Instead, it's about gently matching her energy in a way that feels natural and comfortable. When people see someone acting like them, their brain automatically registers familiarity and safety. Think about how couples or close friends often develop similar gestures or speech patterns over time. This is the brain's way of strengthening social bonds. When you mirror a woman, her subconscious mind thinks, "He's like me. He understands me." This creates a sense of emotional closeness and trust, which are the foundation of attraction. Here's how to use mirroring effectively. When she leans forward, lean in a little yourself. If she speaks slowly and softly, adjust your tone to match hers. Notice her gestures. Does she play with her hair or tap her fingers? Incorporate small, similar movements naturally into your own behavior. But be subtle. The goal is to create harmony, not mimicry. Mirroring extends beyond physical behavior to emotional states too. If she's excited or happy, show enthusiasm with her. If she's serious or reflective, match that calm energy. This emotional synchronization deepens connection because people crave emotional validation. When someone matches your mood, you feel truly understood. Another key benefit of mirroring is that it helps break down barriers quickly. When a woman feels she's on the same wavelength as you, she relaxes and opens up. Conversations flow easier, laughter comes more naturally, and the interaction feels effortless. This creates positive memories linked to your presence. So she'll want to spend more time with you and think about you later. Importantly, mirroring should never feel forced or robotic. The best mirroring is fluid and responsive. Think of it as a dance, where you subtly follow her lead while adding your own style. Overdoing it or appearing insincere will backfire, so always stay genuine. A great way to practice mirroring is to observe people in everyday life. Notice how good friends and couples naturally sync their movements and speech. Then try incorporating that ease into your interactions. It might feel awkward at first, but with practice, it becomes second nature. When done well, mirroring triggers a subconscious feeling of rightness. She won't be able to put it into words, but she'll feel it deeply, like you two are made to connect. That emotional resonance is a powerful psychological magnet that keeps her thoughts returning to you. In short, mirroring is about creating harmony between you and her, physically, emotionally, and energetically. It builds trust, sparks attraction, and lays the groundwork for deeper connection without needing a single clever line. So next time you're with her, tune into her body language and energy. Gently reflect her vibe and watch how quickly she feels at ease and how often she thinks about you afterward. Sign 4. The push-pull effect. One of the most powerful psychological tricks to make a woman think about you all the time is mastering the push-pull effect, a delicate balance between being present and then stepping back, creating emotional contrast that sparks desire and curiosity. It's like a dance that keeps her emotionally hooked, never quite sure what to expect but always wanting more. Why does this work? When you're always available and constantly present, you become familiar, and over time, that familiarity can turn into background noise. She might take you for granted or lose interest because there's no emotional tension or mystery left. But when you alternate your presence with thoughtful absence, you create emotional ups and downs that keep her mind on you. Think about how your brain reacts to surprise or unpredictability. When something unexpected happens, it triggers dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical, which creates excitement and anticipation. The push-pull effect uses this principle to build emotional tension and desire. By showing interest and warmth, push, then pulling away briefly or becoming less available, you keep her curious and emotionally engaged. How do you apply this in real life? First, when you're with her, be fully engaged and make those moments count. Give her your attention, share meaningful conversations, make her laugh, and create positive memories. Be present not just physically but emotionally. She should feel your genuine interest and care. Then, after a great interaction, allow yourself to pull back for a bit. This doesn't mean ignoring her or playing games, but rather giving her space to miss you. Don't be too quick to reply to messages or always say yes to last-minute plans. This absence creates a subtle but powerful emotional void that encourages her brain to notice what it's missing, which is you. The key is moderation and authenticity. You don't want to disappear for days or weeks, which might confuse or hurt her. Instead, the push-pull rhythm should feel natural and balanced, like breathing in and out. When you reappear after a short absence, bring energy, enthusiasm, and warmth that reignites her interest. This technique also shows that you have your own life, goals, and independence, qualities that are incredibly attractive. Being too available can unintentionally signal neediness or desperation, which kills attraction. By creating space, you show confidence and emotional strength, which makes her respect and desire you more. Another way to use push-pull is in conversations. Sometimes, you agree and engage fully, push, and other times, you gently challenge or tease her, pull. This playful tension makes interactions lively and memorable. It creates a rollercoaster of emotions that she'll want to ride again and again. The push-pull effect is not about manipulation, it's about respecting both your and her emotional needs. Everyone needs space to reflect and process feelings. When done right, this technique strengthens the connection rather than weakening it. In essence, push-pull creates a magnetic rhythm that keeps her emotionally engaged, curious, and thinking about you long after you're gone. It's a subtle dance of closeness and distance, presence and absence, warmth and challenge, all designed to deepen attraction naturally. So next time you feel like you're losing her attention or becoming too available, try stepping back a little. Make your moments together count, then give her the space to miss you. That balance of push and pull will have her thoughts circling back to you, eager for the next encounter. Sign 5. Be her surprise. One of the most unforgettable ways to make her think about you all the time is to become the pleasant surprise she never saw coming. Our brains love novelty because it triggers dopamine, the chemical that makes us feel excited, happy, and craving more. When you bring unexpected moments of joy or delight into her life, you create powerful emotional memories that keep you top of mind. Think about your own experiences. Which people or moments do you remember most vividly? Usually, it's those surprising, out-of-the-ordinary experiences that broke your routine and made you smile or feel special. The same applies to relationships. Routine can quickly become dull. But a surprising gesture or action lights up her brain and makes her associate you with positive, exciting feelings. This doesn't mean you need to pull grand romantic stunts or expensive gifts. Small, thoughtful surprises are often more meaningful and effective. It could be sending a random message that shows you were thinking about her, bringing her favorite snack unexpectedly, or sharing a song that reminded you of a private joke you both share. These moments show you care, pay attention, and want to brighten her day, and her brain rewards you by keeping you in her thoughts. Another powerful way to surprise her is by breaking patterns in your conversations or interactions. If you usually chat about the same topics, switch it up with something fresh, a new question, a bold opinion, or a spontaneous invitation. This unpredictability creates mental stimulation that triggers dopamine, making your interactions feel exciting rather than routine. Surprises also tap into the natural human craving for novelty. When something unexpected happens, it activates the brain's reward system. This response is why surprise parties, gifts, or unplanned adventures are so memorable. By becoming a source of pleasant surprises, you become the dopamine boost in her life, a source of good feelings she unconsciously seeks again and again. However, the key to effective surprises is authenticity. The surprises you give should reflect who you are and your genuine interest in her. Insincere or forced surprises come across as awkward or manipulative, which will turn her off instead of attracting her. Be thoughtful, personal, and sincere. In addition, timing matters. Surprise her when she least expects it, not every day or in predictable patterns, but spaced out enough to keep her intrigued and eager. The rarity adds value, making each surprise feel like a special gift rather than an obligation. Being her surprise also means being unpredictable in your emotional availability in a positive way. Sometimes share deeper thoughts or feelings she doesn't expect, other times be light-hearted and fun. This mix keeps her guessing in a good way, making your presence dynamic and memorable. When you combine these small but meaningful surprises with consistent genuine care, you create a unique emotional landscape where she associates you with joy, excitement, and novelty. This emotional cocktail keeps you on her mind, long after you've said goodbye. In summary, becoming her surprise is about injecting moments of novelty, thoughtfulness, and authenticity that trigger her brain's dopamine system. These moments build lasting positive memories and emotional connections, making her think about you frequently and fondly. So, if you want to be the man she can't stop thinking about, focus on being the unexpected delight in her life. Keep things fresh, thoughtful, and genuine, and watch how naturally her thoughts keep drifting back to you. Conclusion. Now you know 5 powerful psychological tricks to make her think about you all the time, triggering curiosity, creating emotional connections, mirroring her world, mastering push-pull dynamics, and being her surprise. Use these naturally and authentically to build a deeper bond that keeps you on her mind. If you found these signs helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more relationship insights, like this video to support the channel, and comment below with your favorite trick or questions. Also, share this with friends who could use a little romance boost. Stay confident and keep growing.